Well, good evening, everyone. Meteorologist Michael Wilhite here with Southern Indiana weather. Here's your QuickCast update for tonight, February the 19th, 2014. It's a little after 7 p.m. I just got done recording the longer video update, so if you want the more in-depth details that I'm going to cover here in the next 5 minutes or so, switch over to that longer update and you'll be able to get more of the details. But I want to go through at least the short overview of what to expect tomorrow with the severe weather event. Wind advisory has been issued by the Louisville National Weather Service office for the counties here shaded in this kind of a grayish brown. Wouldn't be surprised if some of the other National Weather Service offices issued wind advisories for their counties as well. They haven't yet, but sustained winds tomorrow are going to be absolutely ridiculous. All right. High Voltage Mobile DJ Service is sponsoring us again tonight. Be sure to go visit them on the web at djhighvoltage.com. Give Nathan a call at 630-9465 and make sure you tell him Southern Indiana Weather sent you. All right, let's talk about our severe weather chances real quick here. We are all under a slight risk for severe weather. That may be up to moderate risk tonight, but the next outlook doesn't come out until 1 a.m., so we'll keep you updated as far as what that says. I'll have another video update out early in the morning, so look for that out as well. They have, as Storm Prediction Center has hatched us at a 30% risk. Most of us 15% risk up here in the yellow shading, but the area down here in blue is what the SPC has hatched out specifically as a quote-unquote significant severe weather risk zone. And basically what that means, I know it's very vague, basically it's just a circle that they put on the map that says this is where we believe the highest impact for the severe weather event will be. Don't take this exactly with as if it's just gospel and you have to follow through with it. If you're pretty close to that area, understand that you could easily be in that area. This is just arbitrarily drawn. They've not looked at the individual counties and said, I think I'll split Crawford County here in half so that half of the county is at risk and half of them is not. No, it's just arbitrarily drawn on the map to give you an idea of where that greatest risk zone is. And so you get the idea that closer towards the Ohio River you get that, but really we're all underneath of a pretty significant risk for severe weather tomorrow. In fact, the SPC wording is that strong low-level speed shear could lead to a few tornadoes as well, in addition to the squall line that we're expecting. So it's something that we'll most certainly want to keep an eye on. Why? Because, well, if you take a look at forecasted temperatures tomorrow, we're going nearly to 70 degrees. 67 is the forecasted high here in the Evansville area, 70 over in the Louisville area, 64 here in the Dubois County area, all the way even close to 60 by the time you get to Indianapolis. This is unseasonably warm weather, and combine that with the moisture plume that we're going to have from the Gulf of Mexico, you've got the recipe for what could be a pretty nasty event. Let's talk about future radar and time this out for you real quick tomorrow. We got some storms to face through tonight. If I were to show you radar, you'd see those already developing out in Missouri, and you see those roll through during the overnight and early morning hours tomorrow. Then we get a little bit of a break, possibly a few storms popping up. We'll have to watch those to see whether any of those go severe or not. The main event will be this squall line, and you can see this very clearly developing. Here we are by 6 o'clock tomorrow evening, and it's still in central Illinois, but I want you to notice how fast this moves through. Here we are by 7 p.m., and it's knocking on our doorsteps here at the Ohio River, and it's in the Evansville area already. Here we are by 8 p.m., it's halfway through the state. Here's 9 p.m. in the Louisville area, and by 10 p.m. it's exiting the state. So it's a very, very fast-moving squall line that we're going to face tomorrow night. And again, as you take a look through this, you can see it has the look of being quite severe with it. Notice how notice not only how fast it moves, but how it starts to bow. Whenever you start to see it bow out like that, that's an indication of very strong winds pushing it forward. So I do expect that there will be some severe thunderstorm watches issued tomorrow. Probably not a tornado watch. It could be, but most likely a severe thunderstorm watch is what I would say at this point. Will likely be issued tomorrow. We'll probably see blanket severe thunderstorm warnings up and down this line from the way things look at this. I just sort of expect that's most likely what's going to happen. And I wouldn't be surprised at all. 60 and 70 mile per hour wind gusts are going to be common. I wouldn't be surprised if we see an 80 mile per hour wind gust out of some of these. And given the wind dynamics that we have in play, it's not a pretty situation. And unfortunately, any clouds that we get and breaks in the clouds, I should say, is going to be a bad thing. If we take a look at our forecasted satellite, here we go through tonight. And by the way, the brighter colors are just indication of the tops of the coldest clouds. The lighter colors indicate the lower level clouds. As we put this into motion, here we go through on Saturday. There's that squall line firing up to the west of us, and there it is knocking on our doorstep by 7 p.m. But you notice how clear it is right ahead in front of it, and that's going to indicate, that's going to really help to fuel the environment out ahead of the squall line with some increased instability numbers. So any sunshine tomorrow is going to be a very, very, very bad thing, and unfortunately, it's looking like the models are indicating that that could be. So short, sweet, and to the point for tomorrow is it is going to be a rough day. Scattered showers and thunderstorms are likely tonight. You can go to southernindianaweather.com to get your 7-day forecast. Only going down to about 40 tonight. That'll happen probably midnight hours. Not at midnight, the mid-overnight hours, 2, 3 a.m., somewhere around in there. Then temperatures are probably going to rise a little bit before we head to the morning as a warm front lifts through our area. That's what's going to be responsible for bringing us a few showers and thunderstorms overnight. Tomorrow, again, is the main event. Severe thunderstorms, not that likely in the morning hours, but late in the evening hours, definitely. I'm forecasting a high of 66 tomorrow. 70 is certainly in play if we end up with additional sunshine that the models aren't seeing, and I wouldn't be surprised at it at all. South winds, 15 to 25 miles per hour. That's sustained, gusting 35, maybe even as close as 40 miles an hour, and that's winds outside of thunderstorms, so you can imagine what the thunderstorm winds are going to bring with them. Unseasonably warm weather. Again, we're under that slight risk for severe weather. The potential does exist for those damaging straight line winds, heavy rain, and isolated tornadoes. The hail threat is fairly low, but it'll still be there. But again, it's the lowest of all the threats. Would definitely be concerned about some flooding with this as well, given especially those areas that have a heavier snowpack that has largely melted over the past couple of days. Yeah, you notice your creeks are probably pretty full, and we're expecting maybe an inch and a half of rain over the next couple of days, so it's going to be a rough one. And then beyond that, we do get a little bit of a reprieve in the weather, thankfully, but a little bit cooler as well. 50 is actually our normal high, so very seasonable on Friday, finally. Don't forget also that you can find on our website a great interactive radar. If you click over on the interactive radar, you'll find this, and you can use that to actually track the storms as they roll into our direction. So use that. It is here for your benefit, folks. All right. That's it for tonight's QuickCast update. That's a little bit longer than I wanted to take it, but a lot of data to cover. I go much more in depth on the longer severe weather update tonight, so if you're wanting to know more about what to expect, including some multiple future radar views and other great things on there, be sure to check out that video. I'll have another one of these videos up in the morning, probably a quick update in the morning. All right. For Southern Indiana Weather, I'm Meteorologist Michael Wilhite. Have a great night, folks, and I'll see you in the morning.